It's so perfect. And I will say that even the new additions to the show are perfect. And as much as they are perfect, I will say that I might have like a note or two about it. It's great. I still love it. I love the new additions. I love what they've added to the show. But I do have a few notes. Welcome to Fantasmic. Tonight, your host, Mickey Mouse, will explore the wonders of his dreams. Nothing is more wonderful than the imagination. In a moment, you can experience a beautiful fantasy or an exciting adventure. But beware, nothing is more powerful than the imagination. I don't normally do reviews on attractions or rides. I just don't, and it just feels weird to like review it in a sense, but this is one that I kind of really just kind of want to touch on and everything. And you know, it's not that really important, it's not that deep. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just a 23-year-old guy that just wants to talk about something is usually associated with kids, but even though I would argue that Disney is always meant for the every age. It is for children, it is for adults, it is for teens, it is for every age demographic in some way, shape, or form. You guys are probably wondering, what is Fantasmic? And I have touched upon it once before in a certain list that may appear as an annotation at the end of this video that you can see right over here. But I'm gonna just break it down real quick that this was a show that was made back in 1998. Technically, Disneyland had their version of Fantasmic in 1992, so 6 years before Disney World in Florida would have their version or our version of it. And essentially it has Mickey, we're entering like his dreams, but we're also entering like his worst nightmare. And so it's filled with pyrotechnics, it's filled with water effects, there's projection, there's music, there's lights, there's colors, there's all sorts of things that I think every age can enjoy. And I think it's just one of the greatest things that Disney has done for so many years. So at one point, this show was kind of like, not canceled, but it kind of was like put on the back burner, and they kind of like put it on hold around, it was May, I don't know when exactly, but May of 2020, so around the time of the pandemic. And then flash forward to 2 years later with November 3rd, I want to say, of 2022, they released the show back of Fantasmic, and people are so excited about it. Not only that, but the other thing that was very exciting and very interesting and very curious about Fantasmic was that this iteration is they were going to replace a certain sequence. And so in the original sequence, there is a moment where we have Pocahontas, we have the Puritans, or basically Ratcliffe's gang, or all those guys, John Smith, all of them, and the Indians, and that scene, and I think there's so much like going on with the action and John Smith swinging around. It's just cool, and got rid of this scene because of how problematic Pocahontas has been over the years. So they decided to scrap that and kind of like change that scene. And so they changed it, get rid of the Indians and the stereotypes and all that. But we have Pocahontas, we have Elsa, we have Aladdin, we have Moana, we have, I think that's everyone? No, we have Mulan. All 5 of these characters kind of have their moment. Mickey's calling out distress like, oh no, I need help. And everyone's answering the call. And it's really cool. It's kind of like the assembling of the Disney heroes, you know, in a sense. My thing is 2 things with this new sequence. Is that 1, Mulan, and the segment with Aladdin. It's just Mulan and it is just Shang. The reason why I'm emphasizing that is because it's just 2 people. When that stage is such a huge stage that you can fit, I feel like, more people on there. And I get it, this was 2 years after the pandemic and everything, but that sequence with the Indians and with John Smith and with Radcliffe, I'm not gonna act like there was like thousands on that stage, but there's a good decent amount of people there that are on there, like, doing the fighting and the choreography and the stunt work and everything. And it's like, when you see Mulan and Shang, there's so much like emptiness there that you could have. Like, why not have the other characters from that movie, or maybe a whole army fight alongside him and do the whole be a man and everything. And even the same thing goes for Aladdin. There's this big space emptiness of these two guards just chasing Aladdin. It's like you couldn't fill in like maybe three more or maybe six more. I don't know. It just feels like Aladdin can easily just avoid these two guys instead of doing all this effort just to swing from one side to the next side. Very just empty. And the second thing, this is gonna be the stupidest thing ever, but I'm just gonna say, is that I wish they added new dialogue. When Mickey is giving out his distress call, and we have Pocahontas sing just around the river bend, and Moana sings her song, and then Elsa sings Show Yourself, and they all sing their songs. I just kind of wish they got just the little extra effort to get the voice actors to maybe say a line, as cheesy as it would be. Maybe Pocahontas will say, I hear something in the distance, or Elsa will respond back. Like, I don't know, like have all five of them in that same sequence. Or I know it's better to show, don't tell, but I don't know why. I feel like it would have been kind of funnier. It would have been like just that extra little like umph to make it them have their own little bits of dialogue. I mean, the villains kind of have interactions with each other with the dialogue that they have in the sequence with the water effects. They're simultaneously seemingly like in sync with each other. At the end of the day, this is 95% perfect. If they include that extra 5%, I think it would be just as great, if not better. If they don't include that extra 5%, then I still think it's a great show. I'm just very biased with Fantasmic quite a lot. But what do you guys think of this? This is so silly of me to say, and so silly of me to put this out on the internet, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Or what is your favorite show, your nighttime show at one of the parks, any of the parks, or your favorite attraction at any of the Disney parks? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every day week. Share the video with family and friends, all the good stuff, and leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll look to do as best as possible. Look out for more things, top 10s, movie reviews, all that great stuff, and more. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.